United Nations says Israel war on Gaza causes the largest Palestinian displacement since 1948. Teachers demand Houthis to release detained head of union and pay suspended salaries. Liberated areas in Hodeidah witness intense random construction. Welcome to Yemen Today TV. This is Danish News with me, Shaza Abdelbahen. Jordanian Foreign Minister said that Jordan is not going to be able to continue the Energy for Water Agreement. The Jordanian Foreign Minister explained that it's unacceptable for a Jordanian minister to sit next to an Israeli minister and sign an agreement while they are killing people in Gaza. They added that Jordan is not going to hesitate for a moment to take any necessary decision to help the Palestinian people. The Palestinian Red Crescent Society confirmed that Israeli occupation tanks were surrounding the National Arab Hospital in Gaza. The association said that the Red Crescent ambulance crews are unable to move to reach the injured, and about a month ago, Al Ahli Al Arabi Hospital was subjected to a bloody attack. The war in North Gaza caused another 200,000 people to flee south in the past 10 days. This report has more details.
The Commissioner General for the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees has said that the world has just witnessed the largest displacement of Palestinians since 1948. According to the UN, the war that Israel has imposed on Gaza has caused 200,000 people to flee south in the past 10 days. More than two-thirds of Gaza's population of 2.3 million have fled their homes since the genocide began. The Commissioner General of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees stated in a press conference in Geneva, "It is an exodus under our watch, a river of people being forced to flee their homes. Some were forced to relive the unlivable traumas from the past that are mostly unhealed. Others, the younger generation, were forced to live through traumas of their ancestors and parents." He also said the agency's fuel storage facility in Gaza is empty and its relief operations will soon be halted. After weeks of warnings and rationing, the agency will soon be out of fuel. Without fuel, the humanitarian operation in Gaza is coming to an end. Many more people will suffer and will likely die. Israel has refused to allow fuel shipments into Gaza since Palestinian resistance cross-border attack on October 7th. Israel claims that the Palestinian resistance will divert any fuel shipments for military use. In violation of international law, Israel has ordered Palestinians to leave northern Gaza to the south, even though it is impossible with roads destroyed and bombs falling all day long. But in the world of dehumanized Palestinians, it is expected to leave Israel and flee, even though the Israeli military is then bombing Palestinians as they fled. This genocide and continuous massacres have to come to an end. Everyone has the right of freedom and the right to live.
بن ثياب نشطط يعني ثياب نروح عن القرى نحوس وهذا نروح بثياب ونصلحها مآوي لنا وكراتين من الشوارع. والله إن احنا نكره يجي المطر يخسع لنا البطانيات، يخسع الفراش، يخسع الجماش، نسمر برادة، خاسعين احنا وجهالنا.
فالمأوى الانتقالي هذا الكنتيرة جعلتهم يعيشوا في استقرار للمستفيدين من ناحية سواء من ناحية الأمطار أو لا من ناحية العواصف والرياح والرملية، بما أنه عندنا هنا في مأرب الرياح بتكون شديدة.
The UN Special Envoy to Yemen, Hans Grunberg, concluded another visit to Riyadh on Wednesday. A press statement from the UN Envoy's office explained that the envoy met with the President and 3 members of the Presidential Leadership Council and also met with the Yemeni Foreign Minister Ahmed bin Mubarak. The discussions focus, according to the statement, on the progress of efforts to reach an agreement to help the Yemenis. Yemeni teachers in Houthi-controlled areas announced an escalation in the face of the coup authorities. They rejected their group's request to freeze their club's activities. This report has more details.
The Yemeni Teachers Club announced an escalation program against the Houthi authority due to the failure to release the club president and leadership who have been detained for months. The group was given 4 days to respond to the demands before reaching the escalation phase. The Teachers Club demanded that the Houthi security services be held accountable for rejecting the persecution's orders to release the leaders, while adhering to its demands to pay the salaries of all teachers, which have been suspended for 7 years. The club's preparatory committee called in a new statement on male and female teachers in all governorates to stand together if the club's president and those with him are not released, and to carry out protests in front of the relevant authorities starting next Monday. It also called on the public prosecutor to refer the security authorities who are detaining the club president and those with him for investigation, and to release the club leadership in accordance with the directives and laws in force. The Yemeni Teachers Club statement called on all human rights organizations, the United Nations Children's Fund, and the Bar Association to stand by the teachers in their demands for the payment of their some salaries. He expressed his dissatisfaction with the arbitrary measures taken by the Houthis against the club president, who has been detained for more than a month, and their refusal to release him and the head of the club branch in Raima Governorate, the head of the club branch in Al Mahwid Governorate, and the club's secretary general. The preparatory committee said that the Houthis believe that with these measures they will make teachers stop demanding their salaries, and stressed that this will never happen because the teachers insist that the club leadership adhere to their legitimate demands because salaries are a right, not charity or favor from the group.
The Early Warning Center for Disasters and Multiple Climate Hazards in Hadramaut announced that it detected a marine seismic deep in the eastern Gulf of Aden. The center said that the marine earthquake had a shallow depth of about 10 kilometers and was 225 kilometers from the city of Al Ghaida. They said it's powerful, but there are no risks from it due to the distance of its power from the land. A child was injured and 3 homes were demolished as a result of a bombing launched by the Houthi militia in Ma'rib. Local sources said the Houthi militia bombed the homes of citizens west of Harib with mortar and artillery shells by drones. According to the sources, the bombing injured the child Yasser, caused the destruction of 3 homes, and caused significant material damage. A specialized study on organized crime revealed that the drug trade was a major source of funding for the terrorist Houthi militia. The study of drug crimes and their connection to financial crimes confirmed that the war contributed to the recovery of the various types of drug trade. According to the study, the drug smuggling process into Yemen is conducted to introduce large amounts of narcotic substance, and its illegal financial flows contribute to crime and corruption. In Hodeidah, the city of Hais has witnessed development in many aspects, the most important of which is urban expansion, which was reflected in the appearance of the city. However, the state of random construction caused complete chaos, which has caused the city and its people to suffocate in the absence of concerned authorities. This report has more details.
After its military security in November 2021, the city of Hais, south of Hodeidah, witnessed a noticeable transformation in many aspects of life. Perhaps the most prominent of these is the urban expansion movement, which was reflected almost in the general appearance of the city. The state of rapid construction took on chaotic displays over the days, represented by random construction without civil or engineering planning or training, even from the competent authorities.
Hais is witnessing a massive urban expansion since it was liberated 2 years ago. Before that, We haven't seen any expansion or construction. The number of buildings is increasing significantly, while we are facing a great issue, which is random construction. We're currently working on a master plan for the city of Hais and also Al Khawkha to prevent this chaotic work and random construction.
The randomness of construction, the absence of a monitoring role, and the lack of community awareness resulted in the aggravation of streets and roads and the closure of torrential rain sewers. Disturbing and unfortunate scenes that the population will pay for soon and on the long term. Everyone will suffer from this.
The roads here are very narrow. It doesn't even fit a car to pass by. If someone is sick or dying here, the ambulance can't reach them. This district is lacking a lot. We are also struggling with the greed of landowners who loot everything we have.
There is a huge chaos that Hais and its neighboring suburbs are witnessing as a result of random construction, which requires urgent intervention to stop the chaos, and imposing the authority of the law to arrest violators, to limit the chaos and randomness that distort the city and suffocate its residents, and may result in depriving the city of many services and development projects.
Coming next in the news. Unstable rate of local currency deepens suffering of Yemenis nationwide.
Sea tortoises in Yemen are prone to extinction, with 90% of them are female. The severe gender imbalance will continue until it brings about the complete loss of sea tortoises in Yemen.
لا ضعيف الذكور وخاصة في الفترة الأخيرة هذه يعني قبل هذا شهر يناير هذا تحصل أكثر شيء ميتين الذكور على الشواطئ من الوسط هذا يعني مليان الذكور ميتين يعني كثير يعني باليوم نحصل 10 حبات 15 حبة مليان منهم يعني وخفوا بالكثير ما شيء زي أول لأن أول كان تحصل لهم مخلوطين الذكر والأنثى الآن أكثر شيء الإناث.
هناك دراسات عملت في كثير من المناطق الساحلية في المنطقة الاستوائية وأثبتت ارتفاع نسبة الإناث مقارنة بالذكور لتصل حتى إلى نسبة أكثر من 90% من نسبة الفاقسات، وبالتالي سيعرض نسبة الذكور بشكل عام إلى التناقص وربما خلال أعوام قادمة إلى الانقراض للذكور من السلاحف البحرية.
Welcome back. Given today's economic conditions, many people are seeking new ways to attain financial independence and overcome financial problems. Street vending has evolved into a way that is gaining traction in business circles. This report has more details.
In recent months, business on the go has gained momentum among civilians trying to overcome economic and social challenges. Portable carts have provided a viable alternative to merchants whose hopes of launching a business are stumped in the face of unattainable rental prices. In addition, with employment opportunities dwindling, mobile carts are a quick fix to generate household income.
This type of project aims to generate household income and support families. A lot of vendors choose this setup and there is good customer turnout. We set up our cart in the afternoon and work until 9 p.m. In Sayoun, the youth flock to lively small projects to make sufficient income as employment rates rise.
Mobile jobs are a convenient self-employment tool where individuals can offer their services and products directly to customers in multiple places without the need for a fixed commercial location. Selling street food is a quick and easy way to generate income in the face of the continuous rise in rental costs and scarcity of spaces.
The director of the Social Affairs discussed with the mine action of Unmaha ways to dismantle Houthi militia minefields. In the meeting, they discussed a detailed report on the nature of the conditions in the areas that were booby-trapped by the Houthi militia. They discussed also the role of Massam program in protecting the lives and property of citizens by removing tens of thousands of mines. The difference in exchange rates between the districts under the Houthi militia control and the liberated cities cost thousands of Yemenis. This is a waste of effort of the workers with demanding jobs. This report has more details.
Yemenis continue to bear the brunt of the war, including a devastated economy and banknotes that may have no value depending on which part of the country you visit. A national currency has the same value nationwide, but in Yemen, that is no longer the case. The currency has different values depending on the banknote's date of printing, its color and design. Such a reality is one of several ordeals created by the war. For the workers, the situation was exacerbated by the fact that one currency had a different value in the areas under the Houthi militia control compared to the liberated areas. These are the common people who, when sending money to their families in undeveloped regions, suffer enormous losses in exchange shops.
عندما نرسل نحولها حوالي من هنا عند مناطق الحوثة.
When we send remittances from here to areas under Houthi control, the payment is being decreased. For instance, if we send 150,000 riyal, it reaches there, but it becomes 70,000 riyals instead. So what is the benefit? We are in dire need of money and the economic conditions are difficult. I hope that the remittances will arrive as they are without any decrease.
Reaching the closest exchange shop is a waste of sweat and effort due to the lack of practical answers. This circumstance has put a strain on those in simple professions who work in liberated areas for their families who are living in unliberated areas.
نعمل في البلاد المحررة.
We are working in liberated areas, but they do not appear like so. We work all day for 10,000 riyals, and I collect it for a whole month to become 100,000 riyals. Then I send it through the money exchange store, but it reaches to the Houthi-controlled areas as 50,000 riyal, which is an amount that isn't enough and not even worth the effort I put in.
احنا بالفعل متأثرين بواقع الصرف.
We are affected by the exchange rate issue. In the liberated areas, we buy the Saudi riyal with 39,500 riyals, and I send it to the non-liberated areas and it reaches there 12,000 riyals or 13. This is unfair, as the currency rate is different regarding the Yemeni riyal between the liberated and non-liberated areas, and this affects our work and income.
The Houthi policies have worn out and wasted the efforts of the workers in these places, who are suffering, crushing those who belong to them in an economic battle. The harshness of these unfair rules irritates the locals in those locations, as they spend hours looking for basic means of support for their family.
here's a reminder of the main headlines. The United Nations says Israel war on Gaza causes largest Palestinian displacement since 1948. Teachers demand Houthis to release detained head of union and pay suspended salaries. Liberated areas in Hodeidah witness intense random construction. This is the end of the news. Thank you for watching.